It's worth briefly reviewing vowel reduction and vowel lengthening as we think about verbs, because though these are normal phenomenon that we learn when we learn how to read out loud, they also apply to verbs, and sometimes, like with verbs with an aleph letter, that can be helpful. So, for example, there is a regular reduction of vowels to sheva'im. This is pretty normal under certain circumstances. It's a kind of like a contraction in English. And at other times, when vowels are emphasized, not vowels, syllables are emphasized by a strong accent. In Hebrew, when they're in pause, we say, then often the vowel will revert to its full form. Here's an example of how this works in the English language. Someone might say, he isn't bright, and we elide the vowel and contract the words together. But then someone might challenge and say, yes, he is. At which case, we emphasize what we're saying, so we say, he is not. And so, while the vowel is elided and the words are contracted, normally, under heavy emphasis, they come back to their full form. In Hebrew, we also have circumstances with vowel reduction or lengthening under certain circumstances. So if we had the word by itself, yishmor, he will keep, the accent falls on the last syllable, and we use a holum to mark it. However, if the phrase is said, he will keep me, and it's brought together with the makef, then it's one oral unit and there's only one accent, and the accent falls at the end of the oral unit. So in this case, then, the accent moves from the end of the word yishmor onto the word li. And so then we have a vowel reduction from holum to a kametz hatuf or kametz katon. It still has the O sound, but it's a short vowel rather than the long vowel. And so we have yishmor li. In another circumstance, we would have the plural, they will keep, yishmeru. However, if this word is in pause, that is, if it's at a strong accent like the anakta, the vowel will lengthen to a holum. So then we have yishmoru. Nothing to be upset about here, just to take note that once we place words into the context of sentences and paragraphs, there's different accenting patterns and contractions and the like, which cause vowel reduction and vowel lengthening. And we just need to pay attention to this so that we can parse and interpret the scriptures well.